Hi, I'm Alexander Foster, and welcome to the BGP Rock Gaming channel. I'm the founder of BGP Rock Gaming, and I founded BGP Rock Gaming a little late in 2012 with the idea in mind to basically do something I've wanted to do for a very long time, and that is to make video games. Um, I like playing video games. Unfortunately, I don't get as much time to play it as I would like, and especially over the last 20 plus years, trying to, you know, s- keep in step with my IT career. It was very hard to do that and play enough video games to really satisfy me. So I tend to always have to choose between one and the other. So at this point, I'm hoping I don't have to choose. I can make video games my work and I get to enjoy what I do. Again, I always believe in enjoying what you do. I think when you enjoy something you do, no one could be better than you, or you should be very good at the least. Anyway, that's enough about that. About me, first of all, I'm not used to being in front of the camera, so please forgive any quirky behavior I might be exhibiting. Um, Much more comfortable behind the scenes. Now, as far as BGP Rock Gaming Channel is concerned, we started this channel to mostly, showcase some of the games we will be developing, but I also thought about two important series that I think would be beneficial to anyone who is either A, starting to program or learn to program, or someone who might be thinking about getting into the video game industry and not sure if they have the skills that will be necessary, or they might be new and very nervous. Now, one of the things I've enjoyed over the last 20 plus years in my IT career, I always enjoyed teaching others what I know. And I think I've developed a system of doing it that is very reliable and very useful and tend to produce very good results. So I'm hoping I will be able to do that. Now, the first series, again, is Introduction to Programming Using C Sharp. Now, that title was selected a lot of thought went into selecting that title, and that's because I tend to see people when I'm, looking on the web, researching, just browsing, whatever have you. I tend to see comments from people such as, I know language X, but I've never worked with language Y. And I tend to think if you know language X, that shouldn't be very hard for you to take that knowledge and transfer it to language Y. Now, having learned over 15 programming language myself, I believe that it's more than possible, and I'm not a genius. Trust me, no. Now, the benefit that I got was when I was in college, I had a professor that taught me something very important. Now, I won't say his name because most people thought he was a jerk. To be honest, he was a jerk, but that professor taught me the most valuable lesson ever. And he told me if you could logically think about the steps necessary to solve whatever issue you're trying to solve, you should be able to take those steps and implement them in any language, whether or not you've ever worked with that language before. So, with that theory or with that principle, we will be trying to work in this series, teaching you how not just to learn to program C sharp, but how to program in general and many concepts that go into programming, thought patterns, and various other tips that should help you in your programming life in general moving forward. Now, second, I would like to tackle introduction to game development as well as go very deep into game development by actually creating a game from start to finish and not just some simple little game that you could create in 2 hours. We're going to do something heavy duty. In fact, I hope or I'm pledging to try to develop a game that might even have a replay system in it. And that's something I haven't seen tackled by anyone who does tutorials. And there is some very good tutorial series on YouTube already about game development. So you could benefit from watching all of them, and definitely, hopefully, you'll benefit from watching the one that I do. Now, one more thing that I would like to cover is from time to time, I'm going to say things like, I've been programming for over 25 years, or I've been in IT for over 20 years. And sometimes when I say things like that, people give me a weird look, or they start sending me nasty emails like, well, you're a liar, you're too young. Well, I'm glad everyone think I'm too young, but unfortunately, I'm over 40, or fortunately, whichever way you want to look at it. I'm over 40 and the numbers work. I've been coding since I was 15. Basic on my Commodore 128 and Apple IIe's that used to be in schools everywhere. That should give you somewhat of my age, but let's not talk specifics, okay? Now, with that said, hopefully that's enough of an introduction to who I am and about us as a whole. And we hope to see you going forward. So come back and visit us. Thank you. Bye.